How you doing? And thanks for watching. This is George over at Wicked Warnings. Remember, we're your number one source for construction and emergency safety and strobe lighting equipment for cars. Big old monster vans like this Ford Transit 350. This is a 2020 model, by the way. Vans, SUVs, buses, bicycles, tricycles, everything in between. What do we have going on in the back of this van anyways? Well, as you can see, this is, I think, the biggest transit van you can buy. The tallest, widest, longest monster, except it doesn't have dual rear wheels. You can get the one with the dual rear wheels, I guess, a little heavier duty. You're looking at our Echo, H-A-W, our Echo HA hideaway light. That's a light that mounts inside the factory lens, as you can see. It's mounted above and below the reverse bulb. We went with one set of white and one set of amber. We synchronized them in an X pattern. We opposed the colors. So as you can see, they fire opposite colors and they are flashing on one of the unique patterns to the Echo HA. That pattern, the way it skips a beat and goes a little slower and kind of hangs on there, is unique to the Echo HA product. In this particular van, we are using a HD lens in this application, but an LD lens would work fine as well. The wiring is ran easily into the cargo van through the rubber boot that's provided by the factory wiring. So you can poke a hole and run the wiring right inside. And of course, it's a cargo van, so it's wide open on the inside. This is one of the easiest installs you can do. So if you want either one set of hideaways or two, as you see here, you can get all 5 colors, 6 colors now with purple in hideaways. So you can have any color combination you want back there, be it amber, white, red, blue, green, purple. We have them all. The purple and green and red and blue are in our LED, our HAW duos. It's a similar hideaway product. If you want those colors, you'll have to get that. Here's a little off-axis view for you. You can see we've got some things happening around the front of this vehicle also. But let me show you a little bit more that we did to it. So on a typical daily duty, this van is going to be your best friend if you happen to be on 2 wheels and you need a tow or a rescue. This van picks up motorcycles. That's exactly what it's intended for. Has a nice fold-out lift that's mounted right in the back. A bunch of E-Track and docking hardware and Pengle chocks and all kinds of other stuff in there to tie everything down. Up top there, you can see a pair of LED lights that were mounted right up into the metal structure of the back of the van and pointed downward. They were just tied into the factory circuit there, so they come on and off with the doors. There's also just a general rope lighting there. That's a 3M stick light. That's just something you can get on Amazon or anywhere. Readily available, easy to use product. Again, just tied into the dome light circuit, so it comes on and off with the doors. We will have links to these products in our website. The strip lighting there we don't sell at the moment, but that you may find that soon on the website. And the 2 white lights above it, we do have a link for that as well. That's a Rough Country product. And as I said, below that, we have our Echo HA in the factory lenses in the back. And you can see once the doors are swung wide open, you don't lose any of the warning for those lights. So now when they're on the side of the road picking up a disabled motorcycle, they can be safer. Alrighty, so around the front of the vehicle, you can see a couple of things happening. First and foremost, right in the grille there, using our 90-degree bracket, we've attached a pair of amber LIN-6. That's the LIN6 light in amber, and it's set on an alternating split pattern. That's a 75 FPM flash, 3x3 alternation. I like that pattern because it keeps the light fully illuminated. There really isn't any off time in that pattern, and on a vehicle like this, works out quite nicely. On the triangle panels, just in front of the side view mirrors there, the triangle plastic trim panel right there, you can see our TI-R3 mounted. That's on a faster quint flash. We have one of those on each side in amber. That's to add just a little bit of side warning for the front half of this vehicle. So when the guys are out back doing their thing, picking somebody up, the oncoming traffic or the perpendicular traffic can see that there's definitely some kind of a rescue happening right here. You can see here on that triangle panel, nice and easy to mount a light right there. We kind of followed the curvature of the fender and just kept the light right in line there. I like it. You could also do a mini thin. You could do a thin X. You could do a lot of different lights here. And behind this panel, which removes with just some clips, there is a hole that you can pass the wire right to the inner fender well and come out right underneath the hood. So fairly easy install on that. And as I said, a variety of different lights would work in this location right there on the fender. So here in the grill, you can see how we did our 90-degree bracket. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. You can see exactly what I'm looking at right there. So now we'll zoom back in and I'll show you. I designed these brackets so you could flip them and use them either way. You could put the screws above the light, as you see here. And what we did is a long apex for the drill, and we went up at an angle like that with just a nice small wood screw, basically a nice coarse threaded screw that got into the plastic real well. And there's rubber behind the grill back here. When you run your wiring, there's a rubber gasket. You can see our wiring comes down here and basically curls back up and goes through the rubber bulkhead in between the condensers and evaporators and stuff. I think it's I forget which one it is there. Go ahead, razz me on that. I think it's the evaporator on the outside here and the condenser on the dashboard. Anyways, the rubber goes through here and goes underneath the hood. So you can snake the wire through there. We left a little bit of wire here. Obviously, we could pull it up just in case we ever have to change that light. Or if we wanted to swap it out or, something happened to it. This is the nice 90-degree lens, 90-degree bracket, and that's our Lin 6 light right there. Works out real good in the grill. You can see here too, they're nice and protected. If you were to go through a car wash or something, you can see if anything was to hit the grill here at the lights behind that angle. So, any of this kind of action shouldn't mess this light up in any way. I'm always leery of that, sticking a light out where something can bang on it or mess it up. And as you can see, this one is nice and flat. So shouldn't have any issues with longevity on this particular location. Nothing real exciting to show you as far as activation. Factory auxiliary switches, which you will need the harness provided by Ford. Hopefully it's still in your glove box. The wiring's behind the glove box there. The harness goes behind the glove box. You may or may not have 40 pounds of propane in your vehicle. But anyways, the wiring will be back there. And we just went with auxiliary 1. I did try a new label. This switch is a little bit different, it looks like, than the ones on the F Super Duty series. So I went with a vertical label on this one, on a silver. It's a black on silver with my new Dymo labeler. So I don't know. You like it? Hate it? Let me know. That's a labeler, the new one. We were using the smaller Dymo, but we got this one now, mainly because we want to be able to go ahead and print on heat shrink tubing, which we're starting to do on a lot of stuff, so we can label things like DRL and fog and other things. So that's the labeler. And that's the van, and there's my tripod. Thanks again for watching Wicked Warnings, your #1 source for construction and safety, emergency LEDs, and safety equipment, as shown in this nice Ford Transit 350 motorcycle rescue project van. Make sure you check the links in the description, drop a comment, and if you got a van like this, maybe this stuff will work for you. Keep in mind also, like I said, we have a lot of different color combinations. So if amber isn't your thing, we can certainly get you a color that'll suit your needs. Any questions, fire an email. Send us some pictures of what you're working on. Helps a lot when you send an email to send us a photo of what you're working on. Info at wickedwarnings.com, located right outside Chicago, Illinois. Thanks again for watching Wicked Warnings. I'll see you on the next video. Shop now at wickedwarnings.com.